So we have to study with you with the next example. And the first is meaning. Meaning of adagio is slow, molto sostenuto, very sustained. The next, we need to complete the statement. So here we need to find the opening key and imperfect cadence and to write the number of the bar where it can be. So this is the beginning. We start with bassoon, 2 violins, viola, cello, and double bass. In this case, 2 flats gives us the reason about 2 scales. It can be B flat major or G minor, but for the G minor, we have to remember about the 7 raised. And here we don't have F sharp. In this case, we have to remember that we have to use only the B flat major. So B flat major scale. And now we have to write with you the table for the B flat major to identify clearly the 5th chord and any other option which can be any other chord which can resolve to the 5th. So we remember with you that the 5th is the major chord, so it's going to be F A C, so it's like in F major scale we are with you. And let's see with you where we can find it. So the first F is here, and here you can find F, C, A, and E. When you have 4 chords, it's 5-7. It's not a very good place for the cadence, and we have to remember with you that for the best place for the cadence is at the end of the phrase. We can find with you end of the phrase here. Why? Because we can see that in other place we have a start of the new theme. Here we have with you FAC and another chord which resolved to it. This is it place. What bar is it? We start with you with a beat, then we have bar 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this cadence is in bar number 3 and 4. The next, we pass through the G minor. We have to find another key to which we pass through the G minor and to find in this new key the perfect cadence. So how we can recognize G minor? Because we have the F sharp. And after this, we can see with you the another ending of the phrase. And through the G minor, we can find with you that there is F natural and E natural. In this case, for us left only B flat. B flat belongs to the F major or D minor. But in D minor, we have to find with you another raise of the 7. Raise of the 7 is the C sharp. We don't have C sharp again, so in this case, we stay with the F major. And you can see that this stops on the F major chord. So in this case, we write with you F major and cadence in bar 7 and 8. Now the next, we have to find the next phrase, find it key and to see where it modulate. So we can see with you the next phrase starts and finished here. So it's around 4 bars again because we have 9, 10, 11, and 12. And the key which we can find here include A flat, B natural, and C sharp. Oh no, it's not C sharp, it's clarinet and B. So we have to transpose it major second lower. It's going to be B natural. B natural, E flat, and A flat. It belongs to the E flat major or C minor. It belongs to the C minor. Why? Because we have a raise of the 7, natural for the B. In this case, we can identify with you that here at the end of this phrase, we again have with you the B flat, and it tells us, and another the G flat. But this G flat we can count as like the passing note and chromatic passing note only. So the B flat and E flat tells us about the B flat major scale again. So here we have with you 4 bars, C minor, and modulation to the B flat major. But it's repeated. So here you can find that this phrase we can divide on the 2 parts which are repeated. So the phrase lasts as like 2 beats. Next theme we have start with the bar number 12, and we need to find how many notes we can repeat and in which bars and who repeated. So let's see with you. So we have here with you in the bar number 12 start of the next phrase and it finish here. And now where the theme? The theme going to be in the upper voice. It's going to be here in the violin part. So the first 3 notes are the same as like the violin part which we had before at the beginning. At last for the 4 bar and the first 3 notes only. The next one we have with you the new theme and in violin first. It tells us that the theme in violin first we have doubled by the first flute. After we need to write out with you the bar 16 and 18 parts by clarinet. So we remember that clarinet, we have with you clarinet in B flat. So it tells us that it's going to be major second lower than it's written. We start to transpose with you major second lower than it's written. So in this case we write with you B flat and E flat because it's not transposing instrument flute, and we can take the it. So all the notes, major, second, lower, we keep it the same rhythm and transpose it. First of all, I wrote it here on this exercise book, and now I start to rewrite it on the book. So here we have with you it with the same rhythm. We remember it major, second, lower, then it's written. Now we have to mark clearly in the score the lowest sounding note in bar number 7. So we have to find bar number 7 and to identify the lowest sounding note in the second beat. Here we can find with you that there is bassoon, first and second violin, viola, and basso. Basso, it's double bass, and we remember that it's octave lower than it's written. So I erase everything and I write here the A, I mark it. Note which can be played with the open string. First of all, we have to repeat open strings for violin. It's G, D, A, E, and it's going to be given by fifths. Viola, C, G, D, A. As well, it starts in alto clef. We have with you the C, then G, D, and A. Then next one is cello, as well as C, G, D, A, bass clef, C, G, D, and A, and the double bass, the lowest member, it's going to be E, A, D, and G. We start in bass clef, and we remember that everything here is octave lower than it's written. So we find with you the note with the open string, and remember about B flat and E flat. So the first note is A. We can find with you the A, which is open string for us, and another A. So many A's are here given for us with the open string. Yes, so we can write the B letter next to each of it or next to some of them. So it's not going to be compulsory all of them. Next one we can find in the cello, in viola, another one. And like this you can continue all others examples. So here another one, and in any voice you can find it. A raising interval of the augmented force. So we have to find with you any interval which raised, so go in the ascending way. Here we can find with you the perfect 4, it not works. Let's see where we can find another raising interval. Here, so this one is the C and F, and CF, another perfect, not works. Let's try to find it in the second violin. It's B flat and the E natural, and we can find with you that this one exactly the augmented force. We are looking for the augmented force. Next one we need to find diminished in the string family again, but the falling one. So we are looking with you for these two. It's F and C. It's perfect. We remember about it. The next one in other voice, here you have A and E flat, A and E flat. We have to count anyway from the E flat. It's augmented, not works. We're looking for diminished. This one is B flat and F sharp. B flat and F sharp. We start to count from the lowest, so from the F sharp anyway, and it's exactly the diminished one. Next one, the theme played by interval and octave by the woodwind instruments. So woodwind instrument, clarinet and bassoon. And let's see what is written here. We have two themes. They look very similar to each other. So this is F, C, E, and all others note. And what is here? This clarinet in B flat. We remember that clarinet in B flat gives for us major, second, lower. If I will write it down, all of these notes, I can find that this is exactly the same note with the octave apart. So this is like E and the anticipation note. So what does it mean, anticipation? Anticipation is the note which is coming before the strong beat, and it repeats itself, and we can find it here. So double A, which is anticipation. Now we have to find with you the chords and give it prevailing key. At the beginning it's B flat major. We remember we identified it before, and the first chord which you can see here is this one. So we have E, A, C, and the F at the bottom. So E, A, C. It's 5/7 chord. Why 5/7? Because we used with you the 4 notes, and the bottom note is F, so it's 5/7 major. Next, second bar as well, we keep the B flat major scale, and we check up with you all the notes here. If we will collect it all together, it E, F, D, B, not works. So in this case, we count it with the next one, with the last one here, yes? So it's going to be E, F, C, and A. In this case, it's again 5/7, but inversion, which gives us D inversion. So we write with you 5/7 D major in B flat. So the next chord here in bar number, in the next bar, we remember that here we have with you the C minor scale, and the chord which you can find here, F, C, A flat, and F. So in C minor, we have to write the table with you and to find the chord which include the notes F, A flat, and C. So C minor and F, A flat, and C. This is the chord number 4. It's minor 4, yes? So it's minor chord, C minor, 4, A inversion, minor. In bar 15, we return back to the B flat major because we have only B flat and E flat. We collect all the notes which you can see, and we can identify that F, B, and D is the chord number 1. It's going to be 1C because the bottom note is the D. 1C major in B flat major. And the last, we need to name 4 reasons why it's not the Baroque period. So let's speak with you about the Baroque period a little. So it belongs to the 16 and 1750 orchestra, which include all the string family. In woodwind, cannot find with you the clarinet, percussion is timpani, and we used with you harpsichord and all others. Then here you can find that we use the basic cadences, chromatic notes, the melody sequence. And what does it mean, the sequence? Sequence is when you have the note repeated in the different pitch. Then basically it's polyphonic texture. And why it's not Baroque? Because first of all, you can see the clarinet used in this piece. Then the dynamic is very different. In Baroque period, we mainly have with you the one type of the dynamic, and a lot of the ornamentation we can find with you in Baroque. Here we haven't it. So first of all, use of the clarinet. The next one, the big dynamic range we can write with you, or the wide dynamic range. Next one, it's going to be no polyphonic texture. Next one, no sequences. We have with you the themes which are developed only in the main voice. Here you can find else that it's piano concerto. Piano, it's not instrument for the Baroque period, it's instrument for classical period. In Baroque period, we used with you the harpsichord or the clavichord. We cannot find with you here the figured bass, which was very popular in the Baroque period. Thank you for your attention, and please send me your home task on my email. Thank you.